So we have gotten our first look at the Yay-led Cloud9 at the Red Bull Homeground 3 tournament, where they faced Focus, Crew Esports, and Team Vitality, which, the latter two, Crew and Vitality, are franchise teams as well. This was a great first look at the roster, and we learned so much already about how Cloud9 will perform this coming year. So let's get right into the first match. So this was surprising. Against a Tier 2 EMEA team in Focus, they were unable to win their first game as a roster. This was honestly a really close match all throughout, with Focus barely picking up their map pick of Ascent 14-12, and winning the third map, Pearl, 13-9, with an impressive performance by their Jet Chamber, Juggy, who actually outperformed Ye throughout the match. This was most evident on Ascent when they both played Jet. Ye went 16-20, while Juggy went 23-15, with Ye feeling like a non-factor throughout. At times it felt like Cloud9 tried to play aggressive, but they could not pick up the kills when they needed to. They also felt like there were issues with communication all match, with misplays happening in an unusually consistent level. On Pearl, Ye actually tried Yoru, which just shows that Cloud9 and the rest of the teams are really just experimenting with different comps this tournament. But for them, it led to them losing their first match. Of course, this was match 1 for this new roster, and plenty of other franchise teams have slipped up in their first match. Let's not read too much into this match, really. Their next match, we might just see a more warmed up team. Cloud9's first matchup against a team that will be in the Americas League next year, Crew. With an almost completely new roster, Crew is in a similar boat to Cloud9, as they're getting used to playing with each other too. But once the first map started on Haven, it was all Cloud9, winning Crew's pick 13-7, with Ye abusing the pre-nerf Chamber. This kind of begs the question, what will Ye play instead of Chamber on maps like Haven, when patch 5.12 is used in pro play? But also, players like Vanity and Zellsis also stepped up, and showed off their fragging ability, shutting down Crew on Ascent, 13-3, showing that the first match was just a warm-up game for them, and that they're ready for the next season already. Now, at their third and last game of the day, they face their hardest challenge yet. Right away, Cloud9 made a statement on Fracture, winning Vitality's map pick 13-3, with the whole team firing on all cylinders, with Leaf and Ye showing glimpses of what could be the best entry duo in the Americas, with a powerful raise in chamber play and a combined first kill to death of 9-0. This map, to me, was the first look at what a cohesive Cloud9 could look like next season. On map 2, Haven, it was more of the same, 13-3 again, with Team Vitality already looking like they might be a little out of place on the EMEA League. Overall, the second map looked more of the same, with zellsis and xeppaa actually stepping into the spotlight a bit, showing that there's no weaknesses on the team, and that any player on a given day can carry the whole team, leaving Cloud9 2-1 for the day. With a first round bye as the first seed, they are set to play the winner of Team Liquid and Crew, two teams they should be able to defeat. On the other side of the bracket, 100 Thieves looks like their true opponent, with a perfect record going into playoffs. Crew surprisingly defeated Team Liquid 2-0 to set up the rematch in the semi-finals. Like the first match, it wasn't really close, with Cloud9 winning 13-5 on Bind and 13-3 on Haven. Leaf dominated and put up insane numbers on both maps. It was a great performance for Cloud9, leading to the matchup in Grand Finals everyone was hoping for. On to the Grand Finals against 100 Thieves, the other dominant team in the tournament. This would be the first real look at a rivalry we will see all season. Which team is more prepared right now? Also, before the match, it was revealed that Ye would be taking over IGL for this match from Vanity. Will it help his team or hinder it? Against Crew, they had looked great, but after the first 6 rounds, they were already down 5-1. But thanks to some heroics by Ye, they were able to take a critical thrifty round to make the halftime score 7-5. While the beginning of the map slipped away a bit, it felt fairly balanced, with neither team really showing to be on a different level. After winning the first 3 out of 4 rounds of the attacking half, Cloud9 ties the game 8-8. But this is where Ye, being IGL, might not work out. When the game gets close, he starts to try to do too much, which was pointed out by his former teammate FNS.
With Jake in-game leading, the issue is Jake was picked up to be a hard carry, right? Like, we know that. Like, that's just obvious. Jake was picked up to be a hard carry. He cannot hard carry as an in-game leader.
Cloud9 weren't able to hold on to the game and lost 13-10, with Bang being the surprise hero for 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves up 1-0 going into their own map pick. Cloud9 needs to win this map. Cloud9 cannot let Cryo heat up on Chamber, where he can be the best player in the world on Fracture, but early on they fall 6-3, with Cryo picking up 14 kills. Luckily, Cloud9 has one of the other best chambers in the world with Ye, pulling them even at 6-6 with an incredible performance. And after winning the pistol and eco, they're in the best position momentum-wise to take 100 Thieves map pick and even the series 1-1, with 5-round wins in a row now. But this is why I have 100 Thieves as the number 1 team in North America. Their cohesion is insane compared to the other franchise teams, and are able to pick up the bonus on a light buy, which breaks Cloud9's eco, enough to leave the map 9-9 going into round 19. And when it gets to these tough last moments in grand finals, most of the time team chemistry will win out over individual talent, with Cloud9 dropping the last 4 rounds, falling to an 0-2 in the best of 5. These past 2 rounds have been the same issue for Cloud9. There still seems to be a lot of figuring out for both their agent roles as well as their roles together as a team. So far, it doesn't seem like having Ye as IGL would be good long term, as he hasn't been the star he usually is, as he had to slow down as a player to lead the team. Also, Leaf as a controller on Viper just doesn't feel right, as having Ye and Leaf on entry roles looks like a better strategy for Cloud9. These shortcomings will actually be showcased in map 3, lose or go home. Cloud9 could only pick up 3 rounds on defense, with Asuna and Bang pulling off great 1v2s. By the end of the map, 100 Thieves looked to be in complete control, pulling off flawless rounds. Cloud9 could never get their footing in the map, ultimately losing 13-3, allowing 100 Thieves the clean sweep 3-0 in the grand finals, winning the tournament. This matchup actually went as good as I thought it would go for Cloud9, as even though in my opinion they're a top 4 team in the Americas League, 100 Thieves are the team to beat, and until other teams have more time to figure out their rosters and roles, 100 Thieves will have an edge on teams that are just loaded to the brim with great individual talent. Cloud9 still showed they're one of the best teams with them running through the rest of the tournament, but they still have a long ways to go if they want to finish high in the kickoff tournament in February.
Last night, her and I sat in my car, talking about the people who fucked us up and over